to the September 19th meeting of the Fitchburg City Council. I now call this meeting to order. We are not recording yet. Just a moment. All right. Good evening and welcome to the September 19th, 2023 meeting of the Fitchburg City Council. I now call this meeting to order. Please be advised that FATV is conducting audio and video recording of this meeting for public broadcast. I ask that anyone else in the audience who is recording this meeting to please identify themselves for the record now by standing and stating their name and city of residence. Seeing none, at this time, I ask that all electronic devices be placed into silent mode. Councillor Van Hazinga, would you please lead us?
This lady would like to speak. Do you have an?
Yeah, no, public comment will be later. Councillor Van Hazinga, would you please lead us in salute to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilor Van Hazinga.
Here.
President Zarella.
Here.
Councilor Boschman.
Present, Madam Clerk.
Councilor Kuchar.
Here.
Councilor Cragen.
Here.
Councilor Cruz.
Here.
Councilor Di Natale.
Here.
Councilor Fleming.
Here.
Councilor Green.
Here.
Councilor Schultz.
Here.
And Councilor Squire.
Present.
Thank you. We have a full 11 members present.
Thank you very much. We have no registrants for remote public comment this evening. If there is anyone in the audience wishing to speak, please approach the center podium, identify yourself by name and city of residence, and identify the item on the agenda on which you wish to speak, and you may then speak for not more than 2 minutes.
Hi, for the record, my name is Jean. I refuse to give my address out because I am protected under the Violence Act Against Women. My question here is, I have been a victim of this current administration, meaning the mayor's office, of blackmailing, retaliation.
Excuse me, what item on the agenda are you addressing?
What item is 22323 and then 04623.
All right, you may speak to those items, but not to general matters.
It leads to that. My question is, with the cities asking for $88,000 for training for the fire department, is there a way the general public can get a copy of the fire department annual report? My second issue is that with the experience of retaliation in this city, what I'm asking is, I see on the matter of 04623, it involves the mayor's son. Can the city tell us the experience that the mayor's son has with waste management that he requested a no confidence vote? Because due to his father's history of blackmailing, I think he should recuse himself from voting. That's my issue.
Thank you very much. And I will say the fire department annual report is publicly available and on file with the clerk's office. Do you have copies that she can pick up tomorrow?
I do.
You can pick up a copy at the clerk's office tomorrow if you would like. Any additional public comment at this time? Seeing none, we will proceed to our agenda. We have announcements. I'm sorry, does someone? Oh,
No.
The next meeting of the Widowed Helping Widowed Support Group will take place on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, from 4 until 5:30 p.m. in room 203 at the Fitchburg State University Recreation Center, 130 North Street. Kelly Lynn and Bernie Schultz will co-facilitate the meeting. Registration is now open for the Second Chance Animal Services September 23rd Pet Vaccine Clinic at the Fitchburg Fire Department headquarters. The event, which offers low-cost vaccines, including a $5 rabies vaccine and microchips to help Fitchburg area pet owners care for their pets. This event is organized by Be Positive Therapy Pets and Friends of Fitchburg Dogs Incorporated and is dedicated to the late Jeffrey P. Stevens, who co-founded the Fitchburg Vaccine Clinic series in 2011 and was a devoted pet owner all his life. Registration is open to all pet owners in any town. Visit secondchanceanimals.org/Fitchburg. Fitchburg residents are invited to a meeting to discuss proposed Oak Hill Country Club large-scale solar array, 13,000 plus panels, abutting Shea Street, Pepper Road, Oak Hill Road, and Teresa Street on Wednesday, September 27th, 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Madonna of the Holy Rosary Church Hall, 118 Teresa Street, Fitchburg. This project has the potential to permanently and drastically affect our neighborhood. Join together to discuss and develop reasonable strategies to oppose this proposed project. RSVP to Joe Bowen at 978-868-3772. As he has arranged this meeting place and time and will need to let Holy Rosary know how many will be in attendance. The Fitchburg preliminary election is September 26, 2023. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. In-person early voting is currently happening at City Hall Wednesday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30 p.m. The last day to request an absentee ballot for the primary, or for the preliminary, is Monday, September 25th, 12 p.m. Next, we have a report from the Appointments
On the
Committee.
announcements?
Excuse me, go ahead.
Announcements. The Second Chance Animal Services, the link to sign up has been down, and I'm not sure when it's going to be back up, but they say that walk-ins may be available if time permits the morning of.
Thank you, Counselor. Report of the Appointments Committee, Counselor Kuchar.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Appointments Committee met earlier this evening. We took up a number of appointments, all of which were unanimously approved except for the reappointment of the Human Rights Commission term to expire May 1st of 2026 for Dr. Maritza Knight. There were 2 votes to withdraw. It did not pass, and ultimately it was a 2-3 vote in favor of the appointment.
Move to accept the report.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the report. If there is no objection, we'll take this by unanimous consent. Seeing none, it is approved. Report of the Committee on Records, Councilor Brochman.
Oh, for the weekend in September 5th, 2023, the records seem to be fine and dandy.
Move to accept the report of the Committee on Records.
Second.
I have a motion and second to accept the report. Seeing no objection, it is approved unanimously. We have on file the memorandum of the Planning Board with respect to the Ethier Street acceptance and the minutes of the City Property Committee with respect to the Ethier Street acceptance. This is not a report of the City Property Committee. That report has already been given. Next, we have, if there is an objection, those will simply be placed on file for future action once the Public Works Committee has made its determination. Go right ahead.
Someone had asked me when the next Public Works meeting is, and I wanted to confirm that September 26th was canceled due to the preliminary election. So would it be the last in October? Thank you. I just wanted to confirm.
What, the Public Works?
Counselor?
Is he? No, me?
No, Council Fleming.
Sorry.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
It's not actually on the last, it's not the last Tuesday because that's Halloween. We changed it to the fourth Tuesday.
It's on the, I think it's on the 26th. We changed it to, let me get
Right.
here. 26th,
Thank you both.
26th.
Then we have 2 orders for finance, both of which we have a request for suspension of the rules. 223-23. Order that the City of Fitchburg hereby approves the expenditure of funds from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Office of Public Safety and Security State 911 Department Training Grant in the approximate amount of $88,026.65 for the purpose of said grant, which is to train fire department dispatchers in emergency medical dispatch procedures and police department dispatchers in 911 emergency procedures. And 22423, order that the City of Fitchburg hereby approves the expenditure of funds from the Massachusetts Cultural Council Festivals and Projects Grant in the approximate amount of $2,500 for the purpose of said grant, which is to support the Fitchburg Parks and Recreation Department's Summer 2023 Concerts in the Commons series. Do I have a motion for suspension?
Move to suspend the rules.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll for a 2/3 vote?
Counselor Van Hazinger.
Yes.
President Zarella.
Yes.
Counselor Boishman.
Yes.
Counselor Kuchar.
Yes.
Counselor Cragan.
Yes.
Counselor Cruz.
Yes.
Counselor Di Natale.
Yes.
Counselor Fleming.
Yes.
Counselor Green.
Yes.
Counselor Schultz.
Yes.
And Counselor Squally.
Aye.
That is 11 members. Passes unanimously.
Move to accept 22423?
I'm sorry, we have 22323 first.
Yep, move to accept 22323?
Mr. President, I would ask that the representative from the police department please have a chance to present anything he'd wish to say on this, since I've asked the chief to send
Certainly.
to explain. I just don't want to waste his time. I'm not going to let him talk.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Good evening, councilors. I'm Captain LeMay with the Police Department. I'm here on behalf of Chief Martineau and the Fitchburg Police on the matter on the agenda tonight. If there's any questions that you folks may have, I'm here to answer them. These funds here supplement our training for both the police and the fire for our E911 dispatches. And these funds are certainly needed to keep certifications up throughout the year.
Any questions or comments from council?
Mr. President,
Go ahead,
I'm
Councilor.
not going to ask questions tonight. I'm going to wait to further on. I believe this will be coming back up in front of us again, so I'm going to hold off on all my questions.
This will not
Not
be
this
coming
petition, but,
up. Oh, okay.
okay?
All right.
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, motion and second to approve 22323. If there is no objection, we'll take this by unanimous consent. Seeing none, it is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now have 22423.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would you like to make any comment first?
Oh, I didn't realize there was somebody there. He was hidden behind the podium.
Thank you, councilors, for having me. I appreciate you guys taking up and looking to approve the Mass Cultural Council grant for $2,500. They kind of do it a little weird. The series already happened. It was very successful. There was over 1,000 people that attended our 7-concert series. So I'm getting the grant after the fact, but it'll go towards paying for offsetting cost of the bands and musicians that played. So I'm seeking your approval if you can. That'd be great.
All right.
Motion to approve.
Councilor Boishman?
One question on this grant. Do you think I get some complaints because of the traffic on both sides of the road. Some people couldn't hear the bands or the music, or they found it kind of hazardous to walk across the street because you had cars coming both ways, this way and that way. You think we could do something about that and put it down to Riverside Park?
That's a possibility, absolutely. I'm open to, it's not set in stone. I just kind of, my being my first year and all the concerts having taken place on the common, I just kind of went with it, but obviously open to change for, and, different things to try things out. That's, that's not a hard no, but I mean, we can look at other options and see what we can do.
Okay. No, I just thought I asked because some people call me up and ask me. You don't have to do them all. Maybe we can try 1 or 2 down there at Riverside Park to see if it turns out to be all right for the people.
And I could see that too. Like some of the bands that we had, the type of music in not larger bands, but some of the bands where their sound carried probably a lot more than I know. Like the first musician we had, Desi Garcia, he was more of an acoustic by himself. So I can definitely see how that one person is not going to carry as much as some of the other bands. But like I said, it's not set in stone that we have to play there. And I'm more than open to use any of the parks that we have.
All right. That's my question.
All right, I had a motion. Oh, sorry, Councilor Cragen.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Bunnell, for coming in, and thank you for carrying on the proud tradition of music in Fitchburg, as well as reviving DPW Day. I don't know if my colleagues are aware, but DPW Day had languished during COVID, and James, within like moments of being hired, took the reins and reached out to DPW, and we had this amazing event at Coolidge Park. But my question is, I was really glad to see that the Mass Cultural Council, that the Fitchburg Cultural Council had, contributed towards this, beloved event that appeals to all ages with very large numbers of attendees. And I just wanted to say, I'm assuming you guys will be applying for Cultural Council funds next year?
Yes, this grant and the one that I received earlier when I first started were both from the Massachusetts State Cultural Council. When I first got hired, the Fitchburg Cultural Council grant window had pretty much closed. I wasn't aware of it at the time. I am applying this year for a grant from the Fitchburg Cultural Council that will go towards Concert of the Carmen or movies in the park or something of that nature to get people outside and enjoying the areas of Fitchburg that we have.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, I had a motion.
Second.
Second.
All right, motion and second to approve 22423. If there is no objection, it is unanimously approved.
Thank you as always. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Welcome for coming in front of us.
Next up, we have 04623, a resolution by Councilor Gianatali seeking a vote of no confidence in curbside collection service provider Waste Management. The resolution text is enclosed in the packet and is on file. Just one moment, Councilor. I would also like to just briefly note, in my capacity as presiding officer of the meeting, that the familial relationship between Councilor Gianatali and the mayor is quite obviously of long standing, and it does not constitute generally a reason for recusal in a matter that neither himself nor the mayor have a personal stake in.
Just election year stuff.
But Councilor, you now have the floor.
4623, I would like to have moved to council as a whole because the representatives from Waste Management are not able to be here this evening. And along with that, because we've held 18723, which is the order to transfer $50,000 to sanitary landfill expenses, because if we recall, Mr. Curry was here about penalties that company has the gall to charge us. So I would love to package these together and send the councils over so we can have our fun with them at that time.
Do I have a second first?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and second. On the motion, Councilor Squalia?
On the motion for a council as a whole, are we concerned that they won't show up to that meeting either, and we will be wasting our time for that?
I think that given that there will be financial strings attached at that meeting, it is at least more likely to encourage their attendance. If not, that makes our vote on the penalty payment perhaps a little easier.
That is an excellent point. Thank you.
That's why he's a lawyer.
Any further comments on the motion? All right, is there any objection to this proposed course of action? All right, then those two items both stand referred to council as a whole to be scheduled as available. And lastly, we have one petition for public safety. Councillor Kuchar on behalf of Evan Halstead to install more streetlights on Sheldon Road at and around 455 Sheldon Road on the east side. That will stand referred to, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That needs to be referred to Public Works as the funding source. Public Safety doesn't have a funding source to
Gotcha.
install.
I always get those mixed up, so thank you.
second
Councillor Fleming, do you believe there's any purpose to send it to Public Safety as well, or just Public Works?
I think probably just Public Works.
Okay. Then, as I said, that was my mistake. When we were assembling the agenda, the clerks asked me, and I picked the wrong one. So if there is no objection, then those will stand referred, that will stand referred
Mr.
to.
President, one question before we do all this, and we send this to Public Works. At the same time, can we also have the commissioners send us a copy of how much it costs to put lights up in poles?
I would imagine that would be a topic of discussion for the committee meeting.
All right. Well, we'll be voting on this at the committee meeting.
Right.
You know, I like to have some hard copies, and I just don't want word of mouth, something written down how much
Okay.
it costs.
I would say definitely contact him ahead of time then.
Can't talk to the department, remember?
You should be able to. If you have any difficulty getting that information through normal channels, please contact me and I will see what I can do.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So that will stand referred to Public Works, and that will conclude our agenda for the evening.
Motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion and second to adjourn. Seeing no objection, we are adjourned.